We didn't talk about this yesterday, and I feel bad that I didn't. We should hit it today, is talking about Frank Gifford's passing. I know we talk a lot about Adoree being this three-way player. I mean, I think Frank Gifford was the ultimate three-way player in what he did in not only college football but in the NFL. And we saw the day before Junior Seau getting inducted into the Hall of Fame for our 12th one, and Frank being part of that class, and nobody having more than us. So be remiss if we didn't say we lost a great Trojan, and something that we shouldn't just let pass over. We should make sure we address. So I wanted to make sure we hit that. From a practice standpoint, somewhat of your typical day 3. A little bit of fatigue, first day of pads. The fatigue kicks in because you get used to practicing the first 2 days without collisions. And in day 3, the collisions kick in, and collisions can cause fatigue similar to running. And I think we saw a little bit of that today, and with fatigue came a little bit of distraction, and with distraction came a few more mistakes. And I think our intensity level came down a little bit. So that's part of the growing process of training camp, of learning to practice with pads on and continuing to play at a high level and execute at a high level, and maintain the intensity and competitiveness. Obviously, you guys saw the offense won the finish challenge, but it really took a bust from the defense for that to happen. And so that's the challenge. At the most critical moments is when we need to be at our best, which is what we've been talking about. And the offense just kind of continued to execute. The defense made their mistake, and the offense took advantage of it. Cody found Trey for a touchdown. So that's all part of the process. That's something that we'll go and address here tonight in our meetings. But 3 days in, we've got a lot of football installed, which is typically how we do it. We really put a lot on these guys in the first 3 days, and now we'll start to pull back on it and start to review it all. So I wasn't, not that I didn't want us to come out here and have a great practice, I did, but I was anticipating some of the mental errors that can occur. There's a lot of volume on these guys right now. So now we get to go back and review it all and start to build again. And so I know mentally our guys are a little swamped right now, and physically they're a little fatigued, but it's training camp. This is what it's for. You fight through it. This is when you develop the mental and physical toughness for your identity as a team that you need come October, November, December as the season moves on.
How happy were you to see Steven pop back up and finish out the day?
It was great. It was great. I mean, for him, that's the thing. Steven is totally physically healthy, and we know what he's capable of doing. I think now we're seeing him believing that he is completely healthy and just playing football. And both those guys, Adoree popped up too and continued to do his thing. So football's football. We're going to have some collisions. That's part of the game. And our willingness and then our understanding of that, and then our ability to get up and continue to play and trust our medical staff that they wouldn't put us back out there if we weren't healthy to go do it. So but it was good. It was good for him.
Noah Jefferson and Dominic Davis seemed to be a little banged up.
Yeah, Dominic landed kind of on his back there. I think it was a little bit precautionary. He's got kind of a bruise on his SI joint. Noah hyperextended his elbow a little bit. Again, I don't know the total significance of that yet, but we don't think it's severe. It's just a matter of he's pretty sore. So we'll see how far that can go. I think Justin Davis is starting to turn the corner a little bit, working his way back out. Obviously, we held Vianney out today with his hamstring as well.
We stuck Toe Lobendown at right guard. How unique is he to be able to move around like that?
Oh, he's so unique, and honestly, we could put him at center too. He's a very gifted guy. He's got a really high football IQ. He's got a really versatile frame and an athletic build to him that he can go and do all those different things. And that's the luxury of having a guy like that, and that's the luxury of having depth on the offensive line. You lose your right guard, you can move Toa back to right guard, and Chad Wheeler goes back to left tackle, and you can go play football. So it's good for us.
Is that how you envision using Toa this year? Would you like to see him find one spot and lock it down?
Well, I don't know yet. We're 3 practices in, and again, we're still assessing Chad and his development. We're going to need more than 5 linemen this fall. I can promise you that. I mean, to go through a year with just 5 guys is a rarity in this day and age. So as we can continue the depth and versatility of the line, Toa gives us a lot of that. He can do a lot of different things, but we've got other guys that can play too. So we'll see as we continue to grow. But I will say this: I was impressed with our defensive front. in the run periods. We're a big group. You guys see these guys walking off the field now. We're a big group. I thought they did a really good job today of holding the point of attack the first day of pads. They played with good pad level. They made the running game difficult. We found some yards as practice went on, but they made it difficult, and that's a great sign for us.
How's Kevon Seymour done kind of initially here after?
I think he's playing well. It's a tough matchup. It's a great matchup for him. He gets to go against Juju every day. What I like about Kevon is I think he's showing more aggressiveness. He's playing with more of an edge. I think our defense is in general, which we've talked about here the last couple days, but I think Kevon is a prime example of just one individual on the defense who, in my opinion, is playing more aggressively with more of an edge and more confidence.
I don't know if it's by design or by accident or whatever, but it seems like the quarterbacks throw more toward Kevon's side than Adoree. Like maybe they're trying to avoid Adoree. Did you expect that to happen maybe during the season, if Adoree kind of gains a reputation as a shutdown corner, and how could that affect things?
I think there's a lot that goes into it. I think there's a little bit of psychological things going on there. Adoree's a really good player, and he's got great speed, and he can anticipate things, and he makes plays, and he did it in spring ball. So they've got some of those thoughts in the back of their head from spring practice of Adoree making their plays. I think too, there's a little bit of psychological warfare. They think Adoree's stealing signals and knows what play's coming too. So, but all in all, I think they have a great deal of respect for Adoree. And I would too if I was playing quarterback, so it's not a knock against anybody else. There's a great player over there, and I don't think it's always intentional. I think sometimes it's their subconscious kicking in that they go the other way.
How good was the wheel route touchdown to Selma? Was that like a Stanley Havili?
I hope so. I mean, that's part of what we want to do. We did it a few times last year. We utilized Buck a little bit, even Justin, kind of similar plays that way. That's in recruiting. Hopefully, you see that we're trying to recruit more a really versatile back, guys that can do a lot of things and can catch the ball. I mean, two of our best plays today in the red zone, one was to Soma on a wheel route, the other one was to Trey down the middle for a touchdown. So when you have those types of backs, you make all five guys become weapons, and then it makes it hard to defend you because you can't go double a wide out, you can't focus double the tight end. You have to defend everybody, and when your quarterback really has a good idea of our system like Cody does, he can be really effective in the red zone, and I think we saw that last year. I mean, like I said, I think we led the country in touchdown percentage in the red zone at 75%, and Cody threw 39 touchdowns last year. So it's practicing it. It's one phase of the game. It's one of the special situations that we take pride in, obviously, and today was the first day of it, and we were okay. We really take pride in our red zone defense too. We were very good last year. I think we held teams to 54% touchdown percentage in the red zone, and so we just have to continue to work it. Like, here comes third downs tomorrow, another phase of the game that we need to focus on.
Do one more.
Deontay Burnett, is this what you saw when you recruited him?
Yeah, Deontay is a guy who has a really high football IQ. He's got great body control and really good hands. Deontay kind of grew on me because you see a slender kid, and he kind of sprouted throughout his senior year and got taller and got longer. I think the guy's got a really bright future for us. I really do. I think he can play inside in the slot. He can get outside as well. So I'm happy we got him.
Did you see that catch he made in the air? Did you see?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. Go ahead, Scott.
At Pac-12 Media Day, you said you weren't sure with Iman Marshall where you put him. At this point, is it?
I thought today was Iman's best day with us. I think that he's a physical guy, and putting the pads on is more suited to his game. So as we grew, I think there was, like every freshman, it's day one, and I'm just trying to figure out where to run to, where's the next drill. Day two, you get a little bit more comfortable. Now day three, the shoulder pads on, he can kind of play a little bit more of his style. So I was impressed with him today. He made a couple really good plays, and so I think we're only going to see him grow.
Thank you.
Okay, guys, we'll see you tomorrow.